One must stand and descend upon the threshold of a door that is no knocker, for if you have arrived knowingly, the sentinel within awaits you, and if unknowingly, no answer will come to your knocking. The door is short, so if you are to enter, you must bow down like a polished mirror. You may cast a glance at yourself for your tidiness before crossing its adorned passage. Even though the clamor on the other side is born of your illusion, it is not a crowd that awaits you, nor guests, for there no one is expecting you. There may be motion, but no animate being is at work, neither spirits nor saints, no camphor in hand, elders, no ifrit carrying a fired bull-headed statue in hand, no malign devil adorned in his tasseled cone hat, no lawless medley of conflicting absolutes. You alone exist there, absolute being. For in your absence you persist, and your absence is an undeniable miracle of presence, crossing the unavoidable threshold, dripping down, a single droplet dissolving into the endless abyss of darkness. Alas, if only there was judgment. Perhaps if one had the strength to listen, one would hear the song of your falling drops echoing in the mute halls of sunless galaxies. Like an avalanche of sorrow, one would hear, oh, if only, judgment, ceaseless judgment, at work. But a judge sits beyond, not draped in that foreboding robe. Its essence is wisdom and fairness, its being, time itself, and your memory until eternity within the passing court, shall endure the cycles of judgment. Farewell, thus speaks the poet. I dance across the threshold of inevitable, joyfully, gratefully. From the outside I have entered within, from the view to witnessing to the observer, not into the being of a plant, nor the being of a butterfly, not the being of stone, nor the being of a drifting pond. I was born into being, into us, into the glorious being of humanity, so that in the spring meadows one may behold the arching colors of the butterfly's rainbow, witness the pride of the mountain, listen to the essence of the sea, recognize my condition, and see the world as it is. Within my own time and ability, I shall give it meaning myself. Such a grand endeavor rests upon me, beyond trees, beyond birds, beyond cliffs and waterfalls. To be born human was to take on form, and to take on form was a duty, to love, to be loved, to listen, to see, to speak, to be moved, to rejoice, to laugh with an open heart, to cry from the depths of the soul, to turn, to rise in pride, to soar to great heights, to be majestic, to bear burdens with dignity, the weight of trust, and to endure grief, to withstand solitude, naked solitude. Being human is to bear the burden of duty. My hands were bound, unable to freely behold the view, for every gaze should be embraced by the soul. Every song, every spring, every bird, every full moon, every breaking dawn, every summit, every tree, every human. I lived life with hands clenched and lips shut. We lived it hands clenched, lips shut. And we perceived the world only through the narrow crevice of our sight, through the barriers of deception and veils of illusion. But now, that small door without a knocker before me, that gesture of the waiting sentinel, the narrow hallway I leave behind. Now, in farewell, I look back upon. The opportunity was brief, and the journey agonizing, yet it was one and whole, lacking nothing, deeply joyous and truly thankful. Thus spoke the poet, weary,